The death happened during the weekend while the bank was closed. In May, the gang rented a house to start a fake company of synthetic grass. The robbers used it to wear uniforms to avoid suspicions, while began to dig a tunnel, which have air conditioner and electric lighting, besides the access to underground plants. The robbers had knowledge in specific areas such as electrical engineering and hydrogeology. In addition, they apparently had assistance for someone who worked at the bank. Until today, it is known that the money recovered, it's only 20 million, was left in the crime scene on purpose by the thief, as known as Rocky, in order to take more time to manage the rest of the amount. According to the policy, Rock lived near of the local where the money was found, but the whereabouts and identity of the suspect wasn't discovered until today.
3 months before the crime, after receiving detailed information about the central bank operations and underground plants, the gang rented a house in downtown Fortaleza, 1 block from the central bank building. The neighbors estimate that the group was composed of a group between 6 and 10 people. They noticed that many cars carrying the brides were daily living of the company, but they thought it was something normal for that branch of activity. The tunnel used by criminals was a real work of engineering. At 4 meters deep, about 18 meters long, and 17 centimeters in diameter, the tunnel crossed Avenida Dom Manuel, one of the busiest avenues in the center of Fortaleza. The structure was lined with wooden beams and lined with canvas and plastic to prevent erosion and landslides. The construction also had electricity along the entire road to maintain a lighting, ventilation, and air conditioning system. Ironically, inside the tunnel, several bottles of isotonic drinks and dripper hash ointments were found as a result of manual labor did by the robbers. An estimated 30 tons of land has been taken off, enough to fill 6 trucks. The federal police evaluated the construction as $500,000.
The thief took about 7 hours to be completed. It started about 6 p.m. on 5th and finished at over 12 p.m. on 16th August. The crime was only discovered at 8:20 a.m. on Monday, 18th August. As a result, the criminals had 44 hours to flee. At the street of the house, a huge amount of white powder was spread intended to arrest fingerprints. The money was initially carried by vans that were soon abandoned. Later, the criminals divided the money and traveled to different regions of the country. The first group went to Boa Viagem, Ceará. A second group went to São Paulo, and the others fled to Goiás, Piauí, and Pará, among other destinations. With money in hand, the fortune was transported in many ways. Part of it was flown to São Paulo on a commercial flight, inside cereal bags in the airplane's luggage compartment, as well as fake luggage liners.
Federal police investigation began as soon as theft was discovered on August 8, 2005 Monday. The next day, August 9, the criminal made a mistake. They bought 10 cars at once in cash with the theft money. The buyer was José Charles Moraes, owner of Courier. He was arrested in Minas Gerais taking 11 cars in a stock truck. In 3 of them, the police found proof of the crime. $6 million stolen from BC. He proved clues to the stolen thieves who participated in theft, including the number of cell phones that matched in the tunnel. The main stakeholders are Antônio Jusivan, the German, Luiz Fernando Ribeiro Fernandinho, Moses Teixeira da Silva de Tatuzão, Marcos Rogério Machado Moraes de Herrer, José Charles Machado de Moraes, Jorge Luiz da Silva, Elcimar Neves Queiroz, Antônio Argel Nunes Vieira, Edésio Batista das Neves Sobrinho, Jean Ricardo Galeano Feta, Adelino Angelim de Souza Neto de Yellow, Raimundo Laurindo Barbosa Neto, Finally, of 36 people who were charged, 27 are arrested, but only 63 million were recovered.